So, look, I wanted to give Unrivaled every chance to succeed. I watched a lot of this league. I think there are good things, there are bad things, and I think that it's good that there is a league in the USA where these athletes made a whole bunch of money. But I'm sorry, today summed up every single thing wrong with Unrivaled. We came into today, by the way, with the Mist and the Vinyl tied record-wise, both teams needing a win. Both of those teams needed a win or at least to compete for a playoff spot. But honestly, are these players getting paid any extra for making the playoffs? I don't think so. And judging by the effort of the Mist, this was a win or go home game. And you lose by 40. You lose by 36. You lose by 40. You let Nafisa Collier have 29 points and miss 2 shots, and they were 3-pointers. She was 13 from inside the 3-point line. 13 from 13. Is this a joke? I was watching it. This is a win or go home game, and they clearly wanted to go home. They clearly wanted to go home because they win this game. It's all the pressure on the Vinyl to win, who, by the way, put up no better of a fight. Oh, maybe they did in the end. I stopped watching. Sorry, it's wrong game. Wrong game. Jesus. Wrong game. So the Vinyl were already in anyway. The Vinyl put up as bad of a fight. Chelsea Gray, in her defense, money in this game. Chelsea Gray just didn't miss. And by the way, Chelsea Gray is on a historic heater right now in Unrivaled. And you want to know how the Vinyl guarded her? Didn't matter who was on her. Do you want to know how the Vinyl guarded a player on an all-time heater? Going under screens. They left Chelsea Gray wide open. And I understand Chelsea Gray hit some tough shots. They left her open. They left a player who went 8 of 13 for 3 and is shooting the damn lights out in Unrivaled wide open. They left that player wide open. And then, nothing is worse in this game. This was pathetic. This was the worst the team played. And this Mist team. Game 1. Mist and Lunar Elves. The Mist had a big lead and blew it. The Mist win this game, they're effectively in the playoffs. But the Rose are 2 games above 500 and they're a damn 2 seed. And the thing is with the Rose are trying. That's the problem, is after 3 games, no team started trying. The Vinyl stopped trying. The Vinyl looked like they were going to be elite at the start. They stopped trying. The Laces, in fairness, I still think they're going to try in the playoffs. It's going to be a good semi-final there, and the Lunar Elves are going to beat the Vinyl by 100. It was literally these teams were you know what? I kind of want to just not play. So let's just finish this on Monday, so that we don't need to worry about the Sunday and Monday. Let's just get off a week earlier, and that's what it seemed like from the Mist. Genuinely, Breanna Steward, dear Lord, one of my predictions for freaking MVP. Whatever the hell happened to Jewel Lloyd, Jewel Lloyd, I'm sorry, the Aces, what have you done? What have you done? You're giving her the damn Supermax, which has screwed your whole team. You should have just taken the number 2 pick. Dejanay, in fairness to Dejanay, she did get chucked, but she at least put in some effort. Courtney Vandersloot just is Courtney Vandersloot. That's Sloot's problem, is that she's just slow and old. Lee Edwards had some good games, had some bad games, but Stewie was the most disappointed player in all of Unrivaled. She set up the league. She gets the only 12-0 game. The only, or 11-0 game. The only game to 0 in the 1v1 competition was against her. She had some decent games, but look at the 3-point shooting. Obviously, she had gone 1 of 1 and 2 of 3, but then 0 of 3, 0 of 2, 0 of 5, 1 of 3, 1 of 2, 0 of 1, 0 of 2, 1 of 2, 0 of 3, 2 of 7, 0 of 4, 0 of 5. She was out here shooting freaking tour dates. And she didn't play, by the way, she did not play defense. We can talk all we want about the defense, the lack of defense from Vacation Basketball Club in Phantom. At least they went and won their last game. The standings, the Phantom nearly made it. They nearly made it to the playoffs. They did not try once. Sabrina Ionescu, of the 14 games, played like 8. Sabrina didn't give a damn. The team didn't give a damn. They literally were just there to go on vacation, and they were one game off the playoffs. They were one game off making the playoffs, and they literally weren't trying. The Mist, I don't know what the hell the Mist were doing. The Vinyl started off well. They just stopped trying. The Laces, in fairness, they just had some injury issues. Their whole team was injured at one stage. To be honest, like, since losing Kate Martin, they've been struggling. And then the Rose, in their defense, are trying. They're trying, and Chelsea Gray's on a hot streak. I don't see her being able to get as many open shots she has against the Laces. It'll be a little bit tougher. I still see her scoring 20, but in a bit of a different way. And the Lunar Owls are just so much better. And they literally don't even have 6 players. They don't even have 6 players because they're trying. Skylar Diggins-Smith is, like, if I'm listing players that are actually, like, actively trying in this league and have not gotten injured, you're looking at Kayla McBride, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and all the Lunar Owls. Kayla McBride, the whole Lunar Owls team, Angel Reese, Chelsea Gray, Lexi Hull, Brittany Sykes, and Ferris. The top 2 teams. And after that, you've got K-Mac, nobody on the Vinyl, and nobody on the Mist. Maybe argue Dijonay. And in fairness, like, Katie Lou's trying, she's just not good enough. And yeah, like, this league cannot succeed when the players don't really try. Not only that, if you guys did not see, I tweeted it out, and basically, this was the do or die game. This was during the do or die game. 544 people watching. 544. And I understand, yes, the main target demographic is America, and this stream is for non-Americans. But in the entire world, it was free. And outside of the country of America, only 544 people watched. You know how many people watched day 2 of Unrivaled? It was at like 4,000. The first Saturday of Unrivaled was at 4,000. One of the most important games, a do or die game, 544. Every week, less people are watching Unrivaled. And of course, why would people watch? And I mean that. I just genuinely want to ask you a question. Why would anyone watch Unrivaled when you're not watching the Lunar Owls versus the Rose? Because that is the one exception to this. But why should anyone watch Unrivaled? The players don't care. The players are there to hang out with other WNBA players, to get a workout in, and so that they make some money and don't have to go overseas. That is why the players are there. They are just taking it is like they got the money, and outside of 2 teams, they got the money, and instead of saying, you know what, we're going to make sure that this league succeeds long term. We don't want to just get the money this year. We want to keep getting the money. But no. 4 of the 6 teams barely try. I'm not going to go with Laces. 3 of the 6 teams barely try. 1 of the teams is through an injury crisis. 3 of the teams barely try. And the fact that Vacation BC nearly made it through. Like, it's a joke. It's a joke. Unless you are watching the Laces versus the Rose, or the Laces versus the Lunar Owls, or 2 of those 3 teams playing each other. All it takes is one of the other teams in that, and it's not worth watching. It is genuinely not worth watching. And like, I've tried to watch Unrivaled. I've tried to care. When the players don't care, how do fans care? And I'm sorry. I think the argument of the, like, you know, you're like, oh, the target audience are hardcore WNBA fans. Man, there's none that don't, like, barely exist. Do you want to know? People don't realize, like, a huge percentage of Unrivaled viewers are from Iowa. They're from Iowa. And it's not a women's basketball issue, by the way, because women's college basketball is booming. It's doing extremely well. It's not a women's basketball issue. The WNBA, I think, is going to do really good numbers. This is just shit. We can be honest. I called it gimmick basketball from the start. And day 1 was actually really good because everyone tried. And when 2 teams are trying, this is good. But when teams aren't trying and they're going half-assed, it is awful gimmick basketball. And it's not a knock on the players, but Unrivaled cannot have this stupid full court 3-on-3 concept again. And Unrivaled cannot care more. There needs to be some sort of rivalries. And that's why I applaud Angel Reese for basically wanting all the opposing bigs to kill her. They all want to kill her. And I don't mean like actually, I mean on the court. And at least there's some rivalry there. At least there's some trash talk and starting a rivalry there. So I'll give Angel Reese applause because you might actually care. But like, you're hearing stories and it's like, oh, you know, opposing teams' coaches are doing one-on-one workouts with teams they're playing against, only to go and loot, like Teresa Weatherspoon, coaching the final, doing individual workouts with players on the rows, only to get cooked by 30 by them. Like, I'm sorry, what are we doing? What are we doing? What's the point of being a fan of this league? What's the point? Like, they don't care to beat each other. They don't care about winning games outside of a few. It's not good to watch. It's not. And again, I watch all of college basketball. I'll watch the WNBA. If this was some sort of 5-on-5 league where the players actually cared, I'd watch. I watch Euro Cup Women's. I watch Euro League. Like, and you better believe, outside of a small few, if any of these players put in this amount of effort overseas, they'd be sent home. They would have been cut already. They are barely trying. And again, it's not these are talented players. They are playing at 50% speed. And people are saying, oh, but this is just to get ready for the WNBA season. No, it fucking isn't. If people aren't watching, this league dies. And I think people just assume that this league is a charity case. This league's not a charity case. Sports leagues are not charity cases, especially ones that are pumped money into them, like this league. People put money into this league expecting it to grow and like growth of the league. Unrivaled is not going to last more than 3 years. I still think it does last a couple of years, but Unrivaled, because they've signed people for 3 years now. They've signed literally Flaw J. So they've signed people for 3 seasons. I don't think it lasts more than 3 seasons. I don't. I think there's a reason why you didn't see Juju Watkins signed to Unrivaled, because they could not make any commitments till after Juju's out. And with the way things are going right now, the viewership tanking, and yeah, I think the final will have decent viewership, but I actually it'll probably have 10% of the WNBA final viewership with basically some of the same players. And if Angel Reese isn't in it, or Nafisa Colley will be. If Angel Reese isn't in it, if even half that viewership, it's awful. The league's absolutely awful, and it's borderline unwatchable. And again, I want nothing more than for this league to succeed. I wish it did succeed. I wish it was going to succeed. But it's gimmick basketball. And the worst thing about it all is that I can watch gimmick basketball if I thought the players gave a damn. They're not. Of the 36 players in this league, there's at least 20 of them that are there just for the vacation. And you can argue being like, oh no, it's not that many. We're watching. We're watching what they've done in the WNBA. They're chilling.